And in today's video, we're talking about how fake I am because, I made a lot of fake videos. Just kidding. Today, we're gonna talk about haters. In one hand, I hate haters just like they hate me. In another hand, they can be really funny sometimes. So, I will share a couple comments I got. Yes, hate comments mostly, so don't be mad if you are in this video. I just rated you, and yeah, be grateful for that. So here we go. First comment. He probably has a CPU bottleneck, or I don't know. But practically in this video I also showed GT1660 GeForce experience and GPUs as usually, so I don't know. A lot of comment like this, just they write fake and that's it. It's most common, so yeah. If we go to see that video he comment, we will see that I practically showed MSI Afterburner overlay together with Task Manager and the GPU Z, and sometimes I'm asking myself, is it easier to make fake benchmarks or buying this configuration and record it for real, because you know how much time you will need to fake video like this. So this one is more interesting, and because of that I leave a like and heart on that comment. Yes, he wrote fake test 1630 can doing 50-60 frames in God of War and 70 in Red Dead Redemption. But if we take a look in the video, we will see that I use 1080p resolution with FSR performance. It's like 540p resolution. Also, it's interesting that I showed Ryzen GT 1630, so I don't know what he's thinking about. Also, I used low settings, as you can see. Also, he said that in Red Dead Redemption is impossible 70 frames per second on 6030, and yes, you can see that I used 720p resolution and the lowest possible settings, because the GT 1030 can run better than that. Another less interesting comments. While GT 1650 Fortnite I showed the Task Manager, I showed the GeForce experience, I showed GPU Z. In the second one I showed MSI Afterburner overlay together with Task Manager and I think GPU Z. I'm not really sure, but that is not really matter since I'm tested only on 1 GB of RAM. So here is one more. This is faker playing the game with 3 GB of GPU, even if I use Apple for testing this, and I don't know where did he saw that I use 3 GB of VRAM GPU, even if that doesn't make sense, because some GPU like older GPU can even run this game even if they had 3 GB of VRAM. VRAM doesn't mean nothing, so yes, pretty weird. Here's one more. He just wrote fake, but it is not on benchmarks, it's on GTA 6 League. Also, I showed in this video of Twitter from Rockstar Games, and I don't know, he probably didn't even watch videos, so yeah, it's funny. So here's another one. He wrote fake test, i5 10400 not have PCI Gen 4. But yeah, he explained after that the chipset is fine, but 9 and 10 generation processor limited to PCI Gen 3, blah 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 blah. This was also funny for me because I recorded GT 750 Ti 1 GB of version on Marvel Spider-Man and he said fake videos. My answer was a good one, but he also said that I need like 4 GB of GPU to play games smoothly. Seriously, yes, I know that I need a lot of VRAM, but as I said, VRAM doesn't mean anything, because when you are looking for a GPU, you will not look just for VRAM. I can give you an example of Arc A770, which has 16 GB of VRAM, but GPU, even if it has really big theoretical specification, like you can see in GPU Z, specifications are like RTX 3090, of course just theoretical specification. GPU is not really good because of the drivers, because it's first gen from Intel GPU, so yes, VRAM doesn't mean anything. Also, he's another one, he just wrote fake on Elden Ring on 2 GB of RAM, where I answered to him. Practically I showed everything and you said fake. It's easier to run game with 2 GB of RAM than editing all of this, which is absolutely true, but a good one, you made me laugh. So yeah, this is also pretty funny. Here's another one. He said that's fake, I have 1050 and I'm getting around 55 frames with lower settings in 1080p resolution. Even he said that this is fake because he got less frames. He probably had a CPU bottleneck 100% because with even a GT 1030 can get with lower settings at 1080p around 80 frames per second, which is excellent if you ask me. And yes, also GT 770 is better than 1050 in this case, in GTA 5, not in all games of course. So here's one more. Your FPS compared to other YouTuber is different, like I said in comments. All my benchmarks I recorded with capture card without FPS drop, showed all specification at start, and yes, you have couple situation why frames are different compared to another YouTubers. Probably they are not using capture card, which will cause frame drops, especially if they use card which doesn't have encoder like RX 6400 or 6500, or they're using CPU which making a CPU bottleneck and RX 6400 can be fully used, or they have better frames because they're using PCI 4.0, because in this video I used 3.0 with i9-10100. So here is another one. Bro, why? This is not hate comments, this is just casual comments. He asked me. He asked, bro, why your benchmark is different from rest of YouTube? Cause I was seeing lower performance on this card. I really don't know, because in this video I used PCI 3.0 and yes, that means lower performance, but I used i9-10100, so they can use lower CPU than mine, probably. They didn't use 4.0. Okay, this was a good one. He said fake, I'm playing 70 frames per second on low settings with 1080p resolution with the GT 1030 and the Witcher 3, of course. It's really funny and good one. Here is another one. Fake, I have GeForce and NVIDIA and 1030 processor i5 inside and 16 GB of VRAM, and I have 40 frames per second. Yes, for sure, man. Those guys are just impossible fake gameplay. You cannot get this frame in G6400 without GPU. Must need a 2 GB GPU. This is unbelievable. Here is another one. So he said that he bought this GPU and it doesn't run any of this game there. It just runs GT5 and less than 50 frames per second with graphic on low. So I don't know, but practically I showed everything at start, so this doesn't make sense at all. So this was also good argument. Fake, okay. But I said at start that I used DLL files for running this game on this GPU and he didn't watch, so yes, he reported me for fake because the game needs SS 4.2 and cause 6600 doesn't have it. Even if in this video I tested in GPU because it's impossible to run Assassin's Creed Valhalla on GTX 750 Ti because DirectX. And yes, I also tested SS 4.2 fix DLL, and both of those fix you have available on Discord channel. He's also interesting because I showed those two GPUs, even if I showed that start both of them, so it's kinda weird. This is also interesting because I got a lot of hate comments on this video because 2 GB of RAM, even if I tested Core 2 Duo, because this game is impossible to run with Core 2 Duo, but while with 2 GB of RAM it was possible when it was released, but now that is practically impossible mission. And yeah, this is a really old video and I tested SS 4.2, kinda understand, but I showed practically, I showed the XDiag and I showed Task Manager, I showed, I don't know what else, but practically I showed everything. This was probably just a joke, but this is fake. GTA 5 on RTX 3060. Also another one, and yes, I tested Warzone on 4GB of RAM. A couple moments before this video I tried on 2GB of RAM, it was impossible in 2021, and also I tried on 3GB of RAM, also it was an impossible mission, but with 4GB of RAM it was possible, but now it's not possible. So I don't know, I plan to run Warzone 2.0 on 4GB of RAM, I don't know, do I need to try it? So yeah, this is it for today. For today it's enough hate comments, so if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment. If you don't like, leave a dislike and leave a hate comments for the next video, and see you next time.